For today's cup of coffee with Scream, more scream.
More scream.
More.
It seems like the screaming ain't going to stop anytime soon.
No, I think the screaming is probably going to intensify. That's what they're saying.
Lovely.
I think so. Really. And it's just like where we've had this cold snap here. And it's like the cats are in. And it's going to be a long damn winter.
I'm
Twas the
not
winter of our
happy.
discontent.
This ain't going to be a fun time. This is going to be a really rough go because they're all 13 cats in one house.
I tell you, I think that some of the planetary alignments and stuff like that, on some people, it's dragging the ugly out of them. I think that...
It's been doing that.
But more so. More so. I think that you've got people, and if I understood, because I had to go back and watch Robert Phoenix today because I have appointments on Thursday, so I had to go back and rewatch. It's going to get worse because things are going to go into Aries. And
what?
So,
why? What's going into Aries? Tell me Mercury's not going to Aries.
No, I don't think so. Go and watch the videos.
I'm not going to get... If I do not know what knowledge I am looking for, I am not going to look.
If you listen to Robert, he gives you knowledge about things you never wanted to know about.
Yeah, why would I want to go? Why would I want to sift through stuff?
You do want to know about.
Why would I sift through stuff that I don't want to know about?
It's that Scorpio rising. It's that Scorpio rising.
Why would I sit through something that I know is going to disturb me and upset me?
No, it's not all disturbing, especially there on the dailies. On his astro weather, no, he doesn't go into the disturbing
the
stuff.
doom and the gloom and the boom and the...
Well, no, it's nothing like that. But now, some of the things that's going on right now in our society and in our world at large, they are highly, highly disturbing.
Yeah.
Because all this stuff that has been hidden for decades and sometimes more than decades is being brought to the light. And that some of that stuff does need to be looked at. And it is a matter of it being repulsive.
Oh, there's shit being exposed left and right. And you know, like, well, Kanye West, not Kanye West. What's his name? The one, the Jay-Z. Jay-Z, Diddy, Beyonce, all of them.
Yeah.
Hollywood has ties, very much like deep ties to government. Yeah. Federal shit.
Yeah.
And so...
Allegedly.
No joke. Internals of the government's falling apart right now. Notice how at the same time Hollywood is falling apart.
Allegedly. We will say that.
It's not alleged. Diddy got arrested.
That is a legal cover your ass term. Because we have no proof of any of this. We have our allegations. That's the reason that people use the word allegedly. Because to make a blanket statement of this is...
There's proof of what Diddy did.
There is proof, but we don't have that proof. And so it's a matter of we be poddling pirates, and that's nothing more. We just trying to sail the seas to peer over the edge.
Trying to figure out how to tame curls.
Yeah. But now Robert Phoenix over on Rumble, 15 minutes of OV flame, and he does deep dives into some of these.
Does he keep his stuff up? And he does not hold
back, huh?
Does he keep his stuff up, or does he delete it after a while?
No, he keeps the stuff up on Rumble because he can.
Okay.
And that's one of those things that a lot of people have problems with Rumble because it's not as smooth as the U of T, but well, they don't have Google money behind them.
No. I mean, they're doing pretty good, though.
They are. And I mean, it's one of those that they have done remarkably well considering they're not that old.
Who's running them? Who owns them?
I can't remember what the gentleman's name. I do follow him over on X. But anyhow, I'll have to try to look for that and put it in the comment section. They do still, and a lot of us that have been on Rumble for a while, because I guess I have been on Rumble longer than I think I have. A lot of the people that got yeeted off of YouTube went to Rumble.
Yeah.
And because they gave them the ability to speak freely.
Mm-hmm. Well, even people that haven't been yeeted off of YouTube, they went to Rumble as well.
Yeah. Because they don't want to play into the corporate stuff.
Like, isn't Mudahar on Rumble?
No. If you'll notice, and I like him, but he also knows who is buttering his bread.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
because a lot of these people, that is how they make their monies. They're not going to piss off the platform. You don't shit where you eat. Let's go back mountain speak.
yeah.
And so that's why a lot of these people do not, and some of them isn't a matter of sour grapes on some things. Maybe.
What do you mean by sour grapes?
And it's one of those that this has nothing to do with our story for today. We could sort of get sidetracked on some of these things. And yes, I did take my ADHD medicine today. It's one of those that when you have small content creators that are getting strikes, which happened to our channel, which is how that we went, why I went on X, and that I had heard of lots of other micro minis that people had channels just so that they could share videos with grandparents or family members. They had no, they had no desire to be a big tuber.
Yeah.
And that they had gotten strikes.
It's like, that ain't fair. It's like
It
rules
makes
for
no
thee and not
sense.
for me.
It is. The world is not fair. And when people come to that honest to God realization, a lot of these illusions will fall away.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, it doesn't matter how much you give to someone. If they do not have the ability, they don't have the ability. That's just fact. But that everybody can improve themselves. Everybody has the ability to reach goals within their limitations. And when everybody stops having unrealistic expectations about themselves and everybody else, maybe we can have a return to sanity. I will never do well as a bank teller because I have dyscalculia or whatever the hell it is. I have some dyslexia. So those are skills that are beyond me. I could sit there and try to go through whatever learning program for 19 years, and it's never going to get any better.
But also you have to deal with the mass majority of the public.
You're missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are talents that I have, and there are things that I will never, no matter how hard I try, will never be able to do them to a level to where I could have success. That's true of everybody.
Yeah, it's just how someone is hardwired.
Right. That doesn't mean that they're stupid. Right now, and I have for many years argued, because there are different types of intelligences. What is being the whatever, the holy grail law of intelligence right now, as far as IQ, it does measure as far as someone's ability to reason in certain situations, but a lot of it has to do with how good their memory is.
How well they can regurgitate whatever information is fed to them.
Yeah. That's a lot of it. That does not. I have seen people that, as far as, it's like our buddy Omega, because he has severe dyslexia. Public schools failed him horribly.
But he does pretty well.
He is, as far as mechanically, he can sit and look at something and figure out what is wrong with it and how to fix it. That is a different type of intelligence. And that's just like, some of these things are not being taken into consideration. As far as someone that is a visual artist, I mean, they can create things and may be very compromised with verbal skills or any of these other things, but they can create masterpieces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a matter of finding out what somebody's strengths are, what are their talents, and helping them to achieve what they can with what they've been given.
Yeah.
You know?
Give them a chance to have success.
Mm-hmm. And this one size fits all, it's always been a lie. And it's just like, as far as this, where you've got this horrifying cry of equity. If we give everyone to where everybody has the same amount of, the box to where everybody can see over the fence at the same level, that's unrealistic and it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is those people that do have really good memories and can become brain surgeons and different things like that, if they're going to have the same outcome as somebody that's, like we talked the other day, that's flipping a burger, they stop trying.
Yeah. Which is like, that's scary.
Humans have to have, like I said, goals, different things like that. So what? So you were not built to be a brain surgeon. Okay.
Yeah, most people are not.
Right. That does not mean, if you are designed to be a burger flipper, be like SpongeBob and be the best burger flipper out there.
Yeah.
And learn to live within your means.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a whole lot of people that are envious of others, and needlessly so.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that constant, like, FOMO, fear of missing out, or like not being able to get...
Missing out what?
On experiences, that's it. On experiences with people, on products, stuff like that.
There was a young man that I had watched there the other day that he's a urban black gentleman, and that someone had wanted his response, it was one of these reaction videos, to Hank Jr.'s Country Boy. And I didn't know what to expect. But let me tell you something. He was a very gracious young man.
Mm-hmm.
And it was...
There's some of those reaction people that are actually really, really cool people.
When they do things like that, I think it's a matter of showing someone a different point of view.
Yeah.
To get them out of their echo chamber. And he was talking about how that... I think he had been hunting once... But as far as the ability to do that, to where he could feed himself, he knew he did not have that ability, and he found that admirable.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that song has got a lot of wisdom, and the fact that he appreciated the strength in Hank Jr.'s voice.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know why in the hell they've been doing this as far as these weak voices, males and females, over the years. And I'm like, that is a hormone problem. It truly is.
It is.
That and too much damn anime. Uh-huh.
I don't know. The ones in anime, at least the guys, they always have these strong, deep voices.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing then. But as far as we all... This is the thing, folks that live in urban environments. Those of us that are in rural environments, we don't view ourselves as missing out on anything. We see what y'all can't, and it's like, no. I don't care about the latest whatever. If I've got a cell phone that works, that's all I need. If I can make phone calls, if I can occasionally make videos or take pictures, if I can send a text, if I can play those stupid shovelware match 3 games, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So why would I need anything else?
Mm-hmm.
As far as who am I competing with clothing? No, I'm 59 years old. I am truly in the no fucks left to give category.
Well, the thing is about clothing, we brought this up many times, or at least I have. John McClane, Trends Are for the Anxious.
Yeah.
You got to find your own style. Like, and someone else on TikTok, there's a bunch of people on TikTok that are saying, whatever happened to just dressing however makes you happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why do
But
we have to follow, like, the trends and stuff
most
like that?
people dress not for their benefit or whatever, but to get the reactions of others. That's why else would you do that?
To make oneself feel,
Most
better.
people are not going to spend 2 or 3 hours to sit in a house unless they've got mirrors all around them, and if they do, there's a problem there also.
Well, nah, sometimes some people get, like, they just put, like, socks, shoes, pants, shirt, and that's it.
Well,
And
yeah,
then like, that's it. They're dressed up for the day. They're ready to just stay home,
yes.
clean, and that's it.
Well, I mean, yes, I do
That's
believe
their
that
version of
people
dressing up.
should be dressed appropriately and different things like that. Nobody wants to come to someone's house and be greeted at the door by somebody nude. That's kind of shocking.
Yeah, that's a sight that will scar you.
It can, depending on the nude. And I will tell you this, Hollywood's a damn lie. I didn't, as far as having to dress people out when I was a corrections officer, I can tell you Hollywood is a lie.
I have no idea what you mean by that, but all right, I'll take your word.
We had to, when we were classifying somebody, what you had to do was go in the shower with them. And they had to undress. They had to put their street clothing and stuff like that. It had to be inventoried. You did have to do the infamous squat and cough, because people will suitcase things in their body, in their orifices. Woo! Cats. This is what we're living with.
Oh.
And if we did not do our jobs and somebody got hold of, some kind of drug, they could die. We were responsible for that.
Yes.
When somebody has been arrested, that's as far as their privacy and stuff like that. That has been something that they have given up. Again, it's not always fair.
No.
So that was what I was alluding to on that.
Okay. Okay.
This is why we usually get the cats out of the room before we begin to record. That's what I was telling you about Voodoo there several weeks back, about that she is a banshee.
Yeah. She's a screamer.
It's horrific.
God.
And
our nerves are shot because of her. Partially.
And and the geomagnetic storms.
Along with a lot of other shit.
I haven't eaten potatoes today.
You haven't even had a spoonful of that baked potato salad?
No, not today.
That loaded baked potato
Not
salad.
today. But it's such interesting times that we are living in. And on some of this I did talk to therapists about this, as far as frontal lobe damage and the possibility that people's amygdala are damaged. The amygdala is where you get emotions and stuff like that. And so if you've got damage in that area, possibility that it could, have people not be able to regulate their emotions properly. Could be lack of emotions. The conversations I have with my therapist are interesting.
How can that damage happen?
Same way any other brain damage. A lot of times we think of brain damage as being some kind of trauma to the head. That's not necessarily so. There's different disease processes that can cause that. High fevers in small children can have the potential to damage brains. There's been quite a bit of research and speculation done about different medications and vaccines and their effect on small children, and how that could potentially cause harm to, the development of a child. I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's a combination of things. But is it possible? Yes.
Right.
Are we seeing arrested development? Yes.
Yeah, it's prevalent.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
within millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, it's prevalent throughout all three.
When you have trained professionals that are scratching their heads going, we don't have the answers either. Yeah. It's concerning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and the story that we have for today, and years ago, and I can't remember if it was Saturday Night Live or one of these comedy shows, that they had this skit about Frankenstein's monster. And fire
what do you
bad.
Fire bad.
Yeah.
Fire bad.
And of course, we know that was from his perspective and the whole pitchforks and torches thing.
Yeah.
Most humans learn relatively quickly that fire which is an element unto its own self. Fire is fascinating.
It is fascinating.
But will also hurt you. It can hurt you.
If you misuse it, mistreat it, yeah, it will definitely hurt you.
Yeah, very much so. And from Daily Mail by Alex Hammer, that's a cool last name to have, October the 17th of 2024, that almost 100,000 fire pits are being frantically recalled in the wake of multiple federal lawsuits filed by burn victims. Okay, and our picture today is one of these fire pit units.
Mm-hmm.
And in the picture, they have it sitting well away from the furniture on this, it looks like a concrete slab, but it still appears to be indoors. And it says that the tabletop appliances from Miami-based Colson have already burned 19 people, the company conceded Wednesday, as it issued a historic recall of 89,500 indoor and outdoor items. So far, there have been 31 reports of flame jetting and fire escaping the combustible containers, resulting in injuries that continue to mount. All right, combustible containers. It's a fire pit.
Literally. It's a fire pit. And how are these people catching on fire? What are they doing wrong?
Well, it says 7 models of the Colson branded fire pits, varying in size from 5 to 18 inches, were named in the recall after 2 incidences. 2 resulted in third-degree burns. The fleet of pits had amounted to the company's entire catalog. The victims, meanwhile, suffered burns on more than 40% of their bodies, the firm said, citing flash fires that occurred while they were refilling the fire pit's reservoirs with alcohol.
So they didn't turn off the thing before refilling it.
Apparently.
And thus catching themselves on fire due to their own stupidity.
And it says, according to that, I'm just hitting highlights. I'll put the link to the article so you can go back and read all the ins and the outs of it. It says, according to the Post in a subsequent lawsuit, the fire pit made by Colson Fire Pits LLC flared up when this gentleman was refueling without warning, despite the device being billed as easy and safe. Okay, now people, it's one of these things, fire, hot. And it's like alcohol, different things will burn in different ways. And alcohol and stuff like that does have almost an invisible flame. Propane has an invisible flame.
Yes.
I mean, it's like the brush burner that Omega has. I mean, it's, what was it, 550,000 BTUs or 500,000 BTUs, or he was impressed.
Yeah, and you can't hardly see that flame when it's going.
No.
Until it's burning something.
So it is, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of what you're doing and have some damn common sense.
Literally.
And now that was
whatever happened to common sense?
It's in short supply.
Apparently, that's what happens when you spare the stupid people and let them breed.
And it was one of the things as far as those little sterno canisters that they use under like chafing dishes. If you've got, as far as a upper end restaurant where you can go in and help yourself.
Right.
Buffet is what I'm looking for.
A buffet.
Most people have enough sense not to put their hand under the damn, sterno, or on top of the sterno.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things in scouting and stuff like that. They had said something about those, and I'm like, no, because they would train us because we were the Weeblos. We will be loyal scouts. That was in between the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts. They were limbo. I've always dealt in limbo.
Limbo Scouts.
Yeah. The Purgatory Scouts. That's exactly what I was over. And to tell these people, it's like, look, when you've got small children and you have invisible flame, that's a bad combination.
Yeah. Yeah, because they can't see it, and
right.
they don't got fast enough reflexes to be like, burn.
Right. And I can understand even with the adults on some of this, but when these things are lit, the fire is visible.
Mm-hmm. What color is it? Is it a blue flame, or is it like
it's a normal fire-colored yellow flame.
Okay.
You don't pour fuel in something while it's lit.
Literally.
Now, it does not take a damn rocket scientist to figure that out.
It's like, how stupid can you be?
And to also understand, if you're refueling anything, you have to watch out for spills.
Mm-hmm. You really got to watch what you're doing. That's like filling up a car. You got to turn the car off. You got to pop the thing so you can unscrew the gas cap. You got to put it in there. You got to make sure nothing spills out either.
Mm-hmm. But even on those types of things.
But there's people that don't even know how to do that.
Right. On some of those things, you're not supposed to. You've got to watch to prevent sparks. And that's why they tell you there are actually rules, suggestions, guidelines on the handle of the gas pump. They're usually there on, on the main, whatever it is, the main pump, not just the handle, but the main pump itself. There's all kinds of caution signs.
But the
I
fact
would
that
say
someone
these
doesn't...
fire pits probably had a list of cautions longer than your leg.
Yes, so literally, they have to have warning, caution, all that stuff, instructions, how to use it, yada, yada, yada. At a certain point, they can only put so many warnings on the box, on the pamphlet. Mm-hmm. They do everything that they can. At a certain point, stupid people are just going to do what stupid people do. Mm-hmm. That makes me wonder, how many people are actually just completely just not capable of doing anything.
We have a label.
So dumb that they can't even make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We have labels on containers of peanuts that literally says, warning, contains peanuts. That is how far backwards we have gone as a species.
Mama, at a certain point, if there's too much stupidity in someone, they are going to turn inside out at some point. They're going to end up in the ether.
Yeah. Well, I think that's, yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. It makes your hair hurt.
Makes your fake hair hurt, your plastic hair hurt.
I saw a video there on X yesterday that this guy had been following this car, and this young woman gets out and, why are you following me? And why? This is creepy. And she thought it was all about her. And he said, you've got a handle sticking out of your gas tank. And she literally had driven off with the nozzle still in her gas, tank.
And had no clue.
Instead of her humbling herself and going back and going, you know what, thank you. Because he had been trying to get her attention to sit there and go, you got the nozzle in your car, you know. She gets the thing, throws it on the inside of the car, is trying to reel the rest of the hose get in, and is in a huff because she got called out on being a dumbass.
Yeah. That sort of mindset is not, other than like the
awareness.
The embarrassment is so, I don't know, maybe the embarrassment literally is making them just explode at that point.
The thing is, more than likely,
they can't handle it.
More than likely, if she had been humble, they would have never uploaded the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because she acted like an ass, there it is for everybody to see.
That's usually what happens. It's like the good people don't get blasted on the internet.
Yeah. Not usually. And it's like, again, with these planetary alignments dragging the ugly out of people, and I guess that includes the stupid also. Because blatant stupidity, that's pretty damn ugly.
I
stay in the house. That's why I stay in the house.
I stay smooth-brained.
No, you do not be one. This is why you want wrinkles in your brain.
That ain't the smooth brain gang. That's mush brain.
Oh God, there's levels of stupid.
Yeah.
It just
smooth brain gang is still the fun but functional. It and it still has survival skills. Some survival skills.
Smooth brain gang. Every day I'm just more and more dumbfounded. I really am. I mean,
it's out there. It's just at this point, and it's always been. It's just amplified because we see it on.
No, it's because we thwarted natural selection. It truly is.
Yeah, but also we see it en masse because it's blasted on empathy. Our internet.
Well, that too. Which, like I said, I'm so grateful that the internet was not a thing when I was young. I really am. Every day, just grateful. Final thoughts, kid.
I like the videos where it's like, why the fuck don't we eat banana peels? Chomp. Blech. Okay, I get it.
Well, and that's all right, because that is not hurting anyone. But you cannot bubble wrap the whole damn world.
No. You want people to leave you alone, leave others alone, you know?
But you cannot prevent stupid people from hurting themselves.
No, legit. That's why you just sort of sit back and just you let natural selection take its course. You gotta.
And this is also, though, where you've got some in society that they have decided that they are supposed to be the overlords to take care of the others, and that they're talking down to other people in a childish, demeaning way, like they're talking to small children. Some of us don't take too kindly to that bullshit. Again, that's where they will get a resounding fuck you.
That sounds like condescension.
I need to go back and find. I was looking for that earlier today. That Camille Paglia lecture that she did as far as towards the end of civilizations. It was a really good lecture. She's a smart lady.
What'd you say her name was? Camilo Cabello? Paglia. Oh, it's not Camilo, but Camilo Cabello.
Not in the least. Is that your final thought?
Yeah.
Emails. I did work on some of them, but I still ain't there. So just put it in the comment section or find me over on X.
Check us out on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Rolanda, COCWS.
Yeah, there's quite a few people there from Appalachistan. We really want that to make that thing, to make it a reality. It needs to be. We are a separate culture within the United States. There are many. So know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Please let us pray one for another and for God's mercy and grace.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.